is taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Washington football team. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. Taken about 7 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Aaron Donald's the name most people think about in the defensive tackle position, but an all-pro last year alongside him, Cameron Hayward, an absolute nightmare to try and block. And he gets into the backfield on that play and finishes it off with a loss.
Now on 2nd and 13, Haskins. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Haskins. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They hand it off to Mostert. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
On the handoff, this is Mostert. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Mostert, the ball carrier.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
3rd and 2, now Roethlisberger. But it's brought in by Washington. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
Football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And he'll give it here to his running back. Room here to run. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
At the 43-yard line.
Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
The pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
They run it with Balaj. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Gibson. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And Washington has tied the ball game with the extra point still to come. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good.
7, Steelers 6.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Returning it, Johnson. And he returns this to the 22. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a give, right side. It's Gibson. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
3rd down.
Here's Haskins to throw. That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Washington.
Now they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now a give, right side. Gibson looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6.
Hopkins for the Washington field goal. A 22-yard attempt.
Hopkins' kick is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6.
Steelers.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
But credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And he's got some space here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This is Mostert. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Looking deep here for Ebron. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 31 yards on the punt there. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll try the jet sweep here. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Receiver, the ball carrier.
But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Washington on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Haskins to throw it. Got an open man, finds Gibson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 17 yards that time, and a Washington first.
Washington first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Balaj. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
The ball carrier.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
On 2nd down, it's Gibson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
2 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Gibson gets hit and he fumbles it. But Washington looked to get this one back, and indeed they did. They will still have possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Tyson Alualu. Able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. A tough spot for Haskins in Washington here. 3rd and long after that last sack. Once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And he finds McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington! Terry McLaurin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10. at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver out of the backfield was Jalen Samuels, and it's 3rd and short.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Rudolph. Hitting Juju on the slant. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
That's another
1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. James Washington was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning. And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Haskins. Dancing to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again. Haskins. He's going to air one out. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Mika Fitzpatrick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Haskins pass intercepted. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
After the interception, here's Rudolph. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 14 yards. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And Boswell has this one going left, no good. He missed it left. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. Johnson now returning and able to get this out to the 25.
Over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Good job, good job.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
The pickup of 3 brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the gun, here's Rudolph. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. It's a room to maneuver. Past the 20. And he'll go out of bounds finally at the 7. A huge play there for Washington. 41 yards on the ground. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
The Washington ball carrier.
Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try the left side. Gibson. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibson, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more.
Makes this Washington 24, Steelers 6.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now here's Johnson. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, Rudolph loses the football. It's out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers. That one is slant to McLaurin. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
Gain on the play leads to second and goal at the Steelers' 4-yard line.
They'll come out in the pistol. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
No question, he's so dangerous down here near the goal line. The safeties, they have to be involved in run support against a quarterback like this. And in turn, they're going to ask their teammates to be involved as well.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Snap comes in 1. Now Haskins. And it'll be intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. It's a foot race. He's at the 30, the 20. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown.
I think this is where you have to have the term situational football in your head, because this game is pretty much in the palm of your hand, and the one thing you can't afford to do, turn the ball over. Now you've given the patient a little bit of a heartbeat, haven't you? And now they're feeling it, and they're back in this game.
Yeah, still a little bit of a lead, but that makes things more interesting. We're still just in the third quarter here. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
1-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2. Now third down.
Loss of 2 yards.
But that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think his big boys up front, that offensive line, they've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Haskins will throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, instead of 4th down after the incompletion, it'll be 1st down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibson, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
The tackle made.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. 16 yards, a 1st down. That right there, Charles, I think is a prime example of what they're scared of. They said, yeah, you can run. We know you can take off, but be smart. He got hit pretty hard there.
A lot of these young quarterbacks, they like to tell us that they become running backs when they take off. But they have to remember, at all times, they're quarterbacks. Protect yourself. Slide. Get out of bounds. Don't take that kind of hit.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
The tackle made by Devin Bush. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 33-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. 2nd time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
Joe Hayden there to bring him down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Washington on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This time it's 3rd and 3. This time Haskins will look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
Well, they've had success getting the ball to him out of the backfield, but this time they had a man right on him. He was able to break that play up before he could get started.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. Now the third-year man from NC State, it's Jalen Samuels. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 36-yard line.
2nd and 11. Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll take it at the 42. 12 yards on the return that time. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. They'll run on 1st down. Gibson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Tackle made at the 30.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibson. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll set them back 5. Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game. Now Haskins. Flush to his right. That's complete. Okue-Bunan. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 10 yards there. Good for a Washington 1st down. So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the 2nd foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Haskins. He finds his running back, Hyde. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Steps away. And that is caught. What a grab at the 8. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Running the sweep with McLaurin. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 19 on the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. They'll try it again now after the 5-yard walk-off. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right